All right, let's go to Saturday. We've got the Houston Cougars taking on the Cincinnati Bearcats. Cincinnati 5-point home favorites, 48.5 being the total here in this game. Hey, we got to talk about the losses too on this show, and unfortunately, one of them for me was Miami O last week. I took them against Cincinnati, and I still don't think Cincinnati's all that special, all that great. I thought Miami O just fucked up over and over again. Brett Gabbert, what the hell's happened to him? Not the same Brett Gabbert. I think he's been injured too much. He is not playing well this year, and he's been around forever. This feels like his 6th year in college football for Miami O with the Red Hawks.
It's got to be.
He's regressing, man. I'm ready to say it. He is not. He didn't look good against Northwestern. He didn't look great last week against Cincinnati. The Bearcats defense, you could say, stepped up, and you got to give them credit, no doubt. But that was inept offense and quarterback play from the Red Hawks in that game. That would be a concern of mine with them moving forward. But look, I'll give Cincy some credit. They definitely were the better team. Full marks for that win and cover. Brendan Sorsby had a pretty solid game. Once he got it rolling, Miami O had a tough time stopping it, and they ended up winning 27-16. This is still a team that blew a huge lead by double digits against Pitt the week before and didn't look great against Towson in their first game. Now they're in the role. I definitely don't trust them in laying more than a field goal here in this game. And from a coaching standpoint, which coach I like better. And it's not even an issue, not even a debate. I'll take Willie Fritz as my coach any day, every day, including Sunday, over Scott Satterfield. There is no question about that. And look, he's got a tough rebuild job, and it looked pretty bleak for Houston after that first game against UNLV. But look what they've done since then. They almost beat Oklahoma on the road, 16-12. The defense was terrific. And then against Rice, 33-7. Very dominant performance from the Houston Cougars. Donovan Smith still is not great from the quarterback spot, but offensively they did enough, and the defense I couldn't believe it. They made E.J. Warner look terrible. And this is a guy that's been around the block, son of a legendary quarterback, Kurt Warner, and Houston made him look just horrible in that dominant beatdown, 33-7 over Rice last week. So I got to upgrade Houston. This is you nearly beat Oklahoma on the road. Your defense has been dominant here the last 2 weeks against Oklahoma and Rice. I got to give you all kinds of credit for that. I'm leaning Houston here. I'm definitely not. I'll put it this way: I'm not laying with Cincinnati. If I'm betting a side here, it's the Houston Cougars side, +5 or pass for me. What do you think here, C-Mac? Houston. I'm neutral on the total, but if this Houston defensive improvement's for real, and it's not like we trust Donovan Smith to go up and down the field, maybe we could lean under here in this game. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, I had to be on this under. The way this Houston defense has been playing, and Rice didn't score until like the last minute. I don't know, right around there, and that was total junk touchdown. They dominated them. I was shocked.
Oh, the line of scrimmage, Houston owned it big time.
Yeah, this defense has looked great, and total defense. They've been good against both the run and the pass. They're like 14th overall to start the year. And yeah, the offense was just horrible. UNLV kind of got a nice lead, and they couldn't do anything. Yeah, and I don't love Smith. He looked better this week. Houston, too. Kind of the end of last year, higher totals, of course, a little different team, but they've been a great under casher for me. 2-8 has been to the under the last 10. Yeah, and the offense got a little bit going. I know it's against Rice, but can they get a little more from some of these guys, Snead and others, Sanford for them? I think they can, and I don't trust it. All Cincy's done is as a favorite. Not big. I know they won last week. There's a few games I'm glad I stayed off. One was Miami O. I kind of like them too, catching the 3.5. I stayed off in the end. It just wasn't a good game from them. But Cincy laying this, they've been horrible against the number. Even winning games, there's no trust with them. I love this under, and I lean Houston too. I think they could keep this game close, like keep this game low scoring, tight. Lean on this somewhat. I'm shocked how well the defense is playing. I know it's early, but they played some decent competition here. This isn't like they're not playing Texas Prairie View, and
Since he's played one good team in Pitt, Miami O is supposed to be good. They don't look as good this year, Miami O. I'm not ready to call them a good team after what I've seen. And then Towson. You played UNLV, who's a very good team. Just beat Kansas on the road, by the way. Oklahoma. Rice is supposed to be a solid team this year. improved
Yeah.
and better at quarterback, and Houston just put the fucking blanket on them for 4 quarters. So I've upgraded Houston, and you want to tell me that coaching doesn't matter? You're nuts. Look at this team. Look at the fundamentals. Look at how well they block and protect now on the O-line. Look at how they get pressure on the quarterback. Look at the coverage skills down the field and how they're stopping the run and winning in the trenches. Look how they're not taking stupid, bonehead, fucking moronic penalties this year, which they did constantly under Dana Holgerson. You know, that's coach.
You're right.
That's Willie Fritz, man. One hell of a college football coach right there. It was a great
I
hire.
agree. Those penalties are down. I mean, look at last week, right? I mean, 75 yards on the ground, 24 carries. They threw for 84 with Warner, like you're talking about. And they, you know, yeah, great. Easton, look out. Surprise.
This is what I said actually on the show a couple of times, C-Mac. A lot of the times we fall into the trap of saying, well, it's a first-year coach. He's, you know, it's going to be a tough rebuild here, and it's going to take time. It's going to take till year 2, year 3. Sometimes that's not the case. Look at Kirk Cignetti right now at Indiana. How about that? How about that rebuild job? Looks like it's a fucking ahead of schedule to me right now with what's going on there in Bloomington. Maybe it's ahead of schedule for Houston too, because if you hire a phenomenal head coach, and Indiana did with Cignetti, I think Houston's done it with Fritz. You could speed up the rebuild, and it could come quicker and you could actually be a pretty decent to good team in year 1. It's not just automatic, oh, you got the new coach, oh, you're going to suck in year 1. No, if the coach knows what he's doing and he's a damn good football coach, you can have success, I think, in year 1. And we're seeing it with Indiana. Just maybe we're going to see it with Houston here. John Sumrall with Tulane, even though they had a tough day against Oklahoma. I thought they were that was a 1-score game in the 4th quarter at one point. You know, there's another one. So, like I said, if you make the right hire and it's a home run hire, even if it's a rebuild job, you can have success still in year 1, maybe quicker, and maybe still be ahead of schedule. All right.